follows me, they know I love to cook. I am making the beginnings of jollof rice, okay? Now, yes, typically people who are Nigerian or Ghanaian make it. I'm not officially, I'm a Black American. However, I feel like I can go toe to toe with the best of them because my roots are from Africa. It's clear by looking at me, okay? But I think that when you're cooking, telling stories is very fun. And I think my first time trying to make any cultural stew that was not like basic American chicken stew or, you know, maybe an Asian soup was when I made some turkey stew. I think, and this was, okay, so this was you could call it first adult boyfriend. His mother, God rest her soul, she taught me the ingredients, and he told me as well of how to make this turkey stew. And so I kind of have used those same basics, same ingredients, to make jollof rice. So I just think that cooking and storytelling is just fun because most times a meal reminds me of something. Someone who taught me, someone who likes the meal, a restaurant where I was. So what I have now is just bell pepper, jalapeno, very small leftover piece, habanero, scotch bonnet, either one, garlic that I cut and turned down, so I just face it down, red onion, and then I sprayed it with a light oil, and we're just gonna season it with garlic powder, pepper, and a little bit of salt. We're gonna roast it, and then we're going to use, most people will add tomatoes in this step. I didn't. I'm gonna use organic crushed tomatoes that are just already ready for me. And we'll see. Actually, I know what's gonna happen, but I'll let y'all see. Okay, so we set the chicken to the side, and now we're going to saute our onions for a little bit. Just let them get some good color on them. And then we're gonna put in the crushed tomatoes. Which is probably like maybe, I would say like 4 or 5 large tomatoes. And then we're gonna put in some different garlic and curry and thyme, and then some bay leaves after we put in the blend of the roasted vegetables. So we still haven't put in the roasted vegetables. We have to blend those up, and we're gonna add this to the sauce. This is the sauce combined, but it still has to cook so it gets a little darker with all the different seasonings. I did also add salt and garlic powder, but we still haven't added the roasted vegetable blend. Okay, this is what you want to see with those onions and tomatoes. Here are the vegetables. They are about to get blended. So we put it in the blender. I think one of the most difficult parts is just ensuring that you get all of the roasted garlic out of its little pod and you don't get any of the shell in there, but you have the peppers down in there. And we're gonna use those crushed tomatoes we use, you know, there's always a little leftover in there. So we do put water, and then we just give it a little liquid to blend it up. Not too much, because we don't want a smoothie. We just want like a good little paste. So we're gonna blend this and add this to the onion and tomato mixture. You have to do it in stages. So I blended some, and then I put the other bell pepper and onion, because otherwise it would be too much. So we're gonna keep blending. Okay, so we have tomato paste. I just added an extra bit of tomato paste. I always keep some in the refrigerator. But now we are gonna pour in that pepper, onion, garlic, habanero pepper mixture, and we're gonna let this cook. And we're gonna get it all out, because we don't wanna waste anything. You just gotta shake, 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 shake. All right, that's good. So I'm gonna keep cooking this for about another 20 minutes until it gets really dark. And I put a lot of seasoning in the other base, so we're just gonna stir this enough so that everything incorporates. Doesn't need any more salt, doesn't need any more seasonings. Okay, so this is me adding bay leaf, and I'm gonna let it cook again for another 20 minutes. And then we are going to mix it with the rice and then put a little bit of water. And then we put it in the oven for 1 hour on anywhere from 325 to 350, depending on your oven. Okay, now you definitely need all the other ingredients and all the vegetables and spices, but this, oh yeah, took it up another notch. I'm just letting y'all know. Very good. So here's the amount that I have, which is, I feel like the right amount, the level where it is. I had extras, so I put it in another container so it can cool down and I can save it for next week or the week after and just put with vegetables or meat or something. But we have it here, and I'm gonna stir. And it's a certain consistency where you want it to be before you put it in the oven. And if I feel like it's not enough sauce, then I will absolutely put some for my reserve. But I think this is just fine. Yeah, so I'm scraping a lot, but I think this is actually just fine. We're gonna put a little bit of water, and then I'm transferring this over to another container. But I'm gonna stir it and then put it in the other container. So we got all of this out of here, and it is now in a baking dish, and we are going to cover it with foil and put it in the oven for an hour. We'll check it in like 45 minutes, but an hour, 15 minutes, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. So it's wrapped up tight. I'm gonna take you guys with me to the oven, and it's gonna go in here for about an hour. Okay, so this is after about 35 minutes. Well, actually more like 40 minutes. So I'm gonna stir it around and put it back in for maybe 15 more minutes. Okay, you see the steam? This is after I stirred it and put it back in for 20 minutes, and I'm gonna taste it just to make sure it's nice and soft. It's perfect. So you could eat this with stew. You can have this with more of the sauce. You can have this with the chicken that I'm gonna cut up. You can have this with some salmon. You could have this with some potato greens. You could have this with a lot of different things. Some okra stew, some pepper soup. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, I took it out, but I'm gonna close it back. It's very good, and this is exactly how I like my rice. But I'm gonna just close it up for another 10 minutes outside of the oven, and then let it just do its thing. But I do want to show you. Let me get a different spoon, the one I didn't eat from. It's like, I'm gonna go to the bottom, and you'll kind of see how it's not sticking to the bottom. You just scoop it, and it comes up like very good. Very good. This is enough rice for, hey, if you know me, you know, look, come get a taste. Like eating with Freddie Jean. Yeah, that is steam coming off of fresh jollof rice. Now I know it's a funny little joke over the years between Ghanaian and Nigerian jollof rice, and sometimes Liberians try to jump in. I'm not from either of those places. Well, confirmed, because you know we all from somewhere. But I'm gonna tell you right now, my jollof rice, and come in the comments. I'm ready for anybody, but this is, yeah, I can go toe to toe with anybody.